I remember many a times when I had the opportunity to leave home. I remember I was trying to get my first apartment, and I was working for a plastic company in Riverside, Maryland. And all I needed was just 68 more dollars. I was so anxious to move out of my parents' home into my own place. I had one child at the time, and I just kept bugging my mom to please give me the $68. My mother wouldn't give me the money, I guess because she didn't want me to be out on my own. Maybe she thought I wasn't ready. But in a way, it was a blessing because the area turned out to be very bad. A lot of crime was there. People were getting shot all the time. And I remember before I knew it was a bad area, I said, Mom, come on, I want this apartment. I looked at it, it is so nice, and it even had a balcony. I wanted that place so bad that I cried that my mom didn't give me the $68. I said, come on, I'm getting paid in next week. She still wouldn't give me the money. The lady said, you need the money today or I have to give the apartment to someone else. So I kept begging my mom, please, Mom, just give me the $68. That's all I needed, $68. But my mom said no. And come to find out, it was a very bad area. It was always on the news. And you know what? I thank my mom for telling me no. Here's another story about a house. My sister, Janet, who was a twin, had a house in Washington, D.C. The house was empty. Nobody lived there for years and years. So one day, my sister comes to the house where I'm at. And she goes, come on, let's go take a ride. I want you to see something. So I'll never forget. We get in the car, we take this long drive, take about maybe a little, about 2 hours. But I just stared out the window, observing the world and just looking around. So finally, we arrived at the house in Washington, D.C. It was a beautiful house, big house, big house. Oh my gosh. And we go in, it was kind of cold because the electricity was off. It was cold. She gave me a tour of the entire house. On the bottom floor was a big living room, and in the back was a gigantic kitchen. Oh my gosh, it was so huge. And in the back there was a room, and the second floor we go up the stairs. The second floor, oh yeah, there was a basement too. So it was the basement, the living room floor, and two other floors. So she gave me a tour to the whole entire house. On the second floor, there was this gigantic room, and it was blue. Everything in there was blue. The walls, the curtains were so pretty. They were very heavy, thick blue velvet curtains. And the bed was so huge. It was round, and the pillows were round, and you had to step up onto the bed to get in the bed. And like I said, everything in that room was blue, which was my mom's favorite color. And it was a very pretty room. It reminded me of royalty. So my sister and my niece got on the bed and laid down on the bed. And my sister was like, come here, come on, get up here with us. So we got up there, we was talking, laughing. And then my sister hands me some keys. And I said, what is this? She said, here, keys to this house. It's yours. And for some reason, I was hesitant to take the keys. So once I had the keys in my hand, I just felt this eerie feeling when she put the keys in my hand. I felt like really strange. It's just this sense of fear came over me, and I started asking questions. I said, how long has this house been here? Who used to live here? And I said, how is the neighborhood? And when I asked her how the neighborhood was, she replied, well, around the corner, there's some violence sometimes. So I said, around the corner? I said, I don't think I want to take this house. So I gave the keys back to her, never took the house. And, anybody else would have took the house signed the papers and sold it, but I didn't want to do that for some reason, but that didn't cross my mind, or that wasn't on my heart. But I had to turn down a house to again keep my children safe. And that's very important nowadays, to keep our children safe. Wherever they are, we continue to pray for them, no matter the state of mind they're in, no matter, how they're treating you. Just continue to pray for them, and that pray that God, Allah, will watch over them. And I pray that they will not fall into diverse temptations, if you know what I mean. You have to teach your children while they are young, so when they are older, they will not depart from the word. We just pray that our children will be safe and come to the right state of mind to know that God is Allah. Allah is God, and there is no other way but to God, Allah. He is the real God. And that is when I came to realization how my life began to change, realizing that God is Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. So with that being said, I pray that everyone will stay safe, be safe, and think safe. And I also would like to say that I think we should ban all weapons, billy clubs, guns, whatever it be. Nobody is allowed to carry a weapon. I guess that's my signal right there to end the podcast. But with that being said, again, this is the Honeycomb Podcast. You can find more of me on Spotify and on Google. Just type in A Poet Sings Jones. Have a blessed day, everyone.